your lap and that you're sitting erect. I heard from Greg Braden, one of the reasons that we don't cross anything is because that puts the attention on those other areas. And when we're uncrossed, we can easily connect heart, mind. So, okay, so in that nice open position, I invite you to take a few slow, deep breaths. And let your body fully relax with every exhale. Feel that relaxation as your shoulders let go of any tension. Feel that relaxation on your face as all of those tiny muscles in your jaws and cheeks and eyes fully relaxed. Just feel all and any tension just slipping away, washing completely through you and over you. There's nothing to do right now but be here in this holy moment. And then imagine yourself in a place that is your special sacred place. You've been there many times before in your imagination. Maybe it's even a real place that you go to, a special part of your home or someplace out in nature. But one thing about this place is that it's very safe. No one enters this place without your permission. It's your sacred place to be with the presence of God, to commune with that beloved presence. And you let your eyes wander around, take in the beauty of this sanctuary in your imagination. You let yourself see and feel all of the special things that are there for you to remind you that you are loved. And you notice that there is a package or a book, something that catches your eye, is calling you to open it. You do so slowly. You see that in this place, there's a note and it's addressed to you, my beloved, and then your name. And in this note, the Divine Mother has written you a love letter, a letter thanking you for listening to her guidance, encouraging you to do what is right. What I know that it says includes how much she is pleased by your taking time to commune with her, by taking time to be with this beloved one. And so in the silence, let that whole letter be known to you. Read it through. It might be short, but it will be profound, for this is Divine Mind, beloved Mother's gift to you this Mother's Day. Let your heart open with the awareness of this divine presence. If there's some encouragement that you need, hear that encouragement. And if there's an obstacle in your way of any kind, surrender it to her, give it to her, and watch the miracles occur. And so in the silence, allow that communion to be full, to be healing and whole, wholesome, to be true. the bell, bring you gently back into the awareness of this time and place. Bring that love and all of that wisdom with you. And if the ushers would make sure that the doors are open, people can come in. We're going to light our flames of faith, which is a call to service and of inclusivity. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Karen Meyer lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. And this is a good time to deepen in the awareness of any of the wisdom that came to you during the meditation, to connect with the person beside you if you so wish, or to have a bio break. The band will start playing at 20 past. Our service starts at 10:30 with some wonderful sing-along music.
right, gents. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top at the job. David Page. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on and ease on down the road. Come on, ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing, gonna be a load. Come on, ease on down the road. Come on, ease on down the road. Come on, ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing, gonna be a load. Come on, ease on down the road. Well, there may be times you wish you wasn't born. You're gonna wake one morning just to find your future gone. I just know that feeling only lasts a little while. Keep on stepping, I'll show you how to smile. Ease on down the road. Come on, ease on down that road. Don't you carry nothing, I'm gonna be a load. Come on, ease on down the road. Well, there may be times when you wish you wasn't born. You're gonna wake one morning just to find your future gone. Just know that feeling only lasts a little while. Keep on stepping, I'll show you how to smile. Come on, and ease on down that road. Come on, ease on down that road. Don't you carry nothing, it's gonna be a load. Come on, ease on down the road. Come on and ease on down the road. Come on and ease on down, ease on down the road.
Good morning. It's time for us to sing. We're going to start with What Is Mine to Give. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? I give it to you. And now I'd like to introduce our fabulous band this morning. On drums, we have David Page. And our bass player, Bill Dixon. Yay, welcome back, Bill. And Ed Cusby on guitar. And our guest pianist this morning is Jimmy Van Man. Yay. And song leaders today, Betsy McCormick, Karen Allen, and our fabulous soloist today is Michael Paul Smith. Yay! Now let's stand and sing our second song, I Am Enough. If ever I fly, God knows why. The mind that knows all will not let me fall. When I feel blind, God's light shines through you and me as harmony. I am enough. I'm made of God's stuff. I go with the flow, and God lets me know that the balance of life is a dance of love. Though good may seem far, it's near as you are. Though bad may be here, it will disappear. In the middle of this, I have found bliss through you and me as harmony. I am enough. I'm made of God's stuff. I go with the flow, and God lets me know that the balance of life is a dance of love. It's time to greet your neighbor. go. Whenever I fail, God fills my sails. And when I succeed, it's not only me, it's a limitless light that makes it all right. Through you and me has harmony. I am enough. I'm made of God's stuff. I go with the flow, and God lets me know that the balance of life is the dance of love. I am enough. I'm made of God's stuff. I go with the flow, and God lets me know that the balance of life is a dance of love.
Woo, and what could be better than a dance of love? Good morning, all you beautiful light beings. My name is Judy Chapman, and it is my delight and my joy to welcome each and every one of you to the Center for Spiritual Living, Capistrano Valley in beautiful San Clemente. We are honoring our Divine Mother today. So whether your mother is on this side or that side of the veil, we know that we give and receive that love still. And we especially surround Pam, Barbie, and Dawn as Mary Jane continues to give and receive love on her eternal journey. So whoever you are welcome here. We are an all-inclusive center. We practice and we have the tools for all of our spiritual work. And the most powerful spiritual tool we have is affirmative prayer. So please join me. So we go within so that we will never, ever go without knowing the truth that there is only one divine essence. There is only one divine mother. There is only one infinite intelligence, one first cause to all of creation. And this power, this essence, this vitality, I choose to call God. This spirit essence, this consciousness lives and moves within each one of us. We are the way it expresses in this lifetime and this eternity. We are the sacred activity of the beloved. We are the light. We are the kindness, the compassion, and the presence of spirit. And so this morning I affirm and I decree that all is well. And each one of us knows the truth that sets us free. We are here to give and receive that beautiful love that was taught to us by the master teacher, Jesus the Christ. And so I know that this morning unfolds in divine right order, and that each one of us listen with our spiritual ears to our inspirational message from Dr. Heather and from the beautiful music. I know that we are all here on purpose, alive, awake, and aware of this divinity that dwells within us. And so I fill my heart with gratitude and deep thanksgiving as I place these words into divine mind where they have already been created and acted upon. And so I anchor this affirmative prayer in love, in confidence, and in joy. And please join with me in saying, and so it is. And now Marlene Kuckler will come forward and read us the affirmation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am divinely guided at all times. I release resistance and surrender to the voice of good, forever whispering my name. And so it is. So please join me. Divinely guided at all times. I release resistance and surrender to the voice of good, forever whispering my name. And so it is.
And now the man who needs absolutely no introduction, Mr. Michael Paul Smith.
Good morning. So wonderful to be here with you this morning and to have the opportunity to sing with this marvelous band. So we have a nice little fun piece I hope you enjoy called How High the Moon. Somewhere there's music, I think the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away too, until it comes true. Till you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, it's where you are. Somewhere there's heaven, how near, how far. The darkest night would shine when you would come to me soon. Until you do, how still my heart, how high the moon. Somewhere there's music, I'll faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away too, till it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, it's where you are. Somewhere there's harmony and snare afar. The darkest night would shine when love is come to me soon. Until you will, how still my heart. Until you will, how still my heart. Until you will, how still my heart. How high the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael.
Thank you.
Please welcome Reverend Dawn Clark.
There's a Heather in front of the Dawn. Oh, no. I actually like my name. Anyway, good morning and happy Mother's Day to you all. We have our message this morning is communion with God, and just trying to get my monitor working. But if not, I'll just look behind me and I'll read the slides as you're reading them. We do have, okay. So, we're doing this whole global vision, a world that works for everyone. And the whole month is about spiritual guidance and personal responsibility. And that's pretty important because, it's what we teach. And I'm now going to introduce someone who's going to share a demonstration. And her demonstration is about this picture that I'm going to show you. So please welcome one of our board members, Kathy Story.
Thank you. Hello there. Happy Mother's Day. to the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds and the fins and the feathers and the snakes. Okay. Last month the theme was kinship with everything, with all life, kinship with all life. And so the animal ministry, which is me and Tony, got together, head of it, and we decided to do conscious connection, which is the half hour after the service. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. Okay, so we were doing that, and so the consciousness of oneness was really in my consciousness. And so the parrot that you see up here, okay, I saw it about 3 years ago. I am in recovery, and one of my sponsees was taking an anniversary. And so I saw it at Home Depot. I got that elbow, the divine elbow, and I ignored it. I went, no, it's no. Okay, so that was 3 years ago. Last month I saw it, and it was like the third time. And I know I listened to things that happened to me 3 times. So otherwise I get the divine 2x4. So I buy the parrot. We have it for a couple days. Okay. I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, I'm loving it. It's beautiful to me. You know, it just opens my heart. So I'm sitting there, we're on the couch watching TV, and I'm looking at it, and I'm hearing parrot sounds. And I looked at Tony and I said, are you messing with me? You know, come on. So we get up and we go outside, and sure enough, there's parrots. I have lived where I've lived for 32 years. There has never been parrots. We have 4 green parrots about this big, and they're living in our tree. So every morning I get up. This is all I got to do. I got to get up, and I go upstairs at the sliding glass doors. I have an aviary now with parrots there. And I just look at my parrots. It opens up my heart. I see God, and I'm ready for life. You know, that's it.
Happy. This one is the one that the picture of isn't a live one, right? I wasn't sitting there for 3 years. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to be sure. Wanted to be clear. All right. So this morning is communion with God, and of course it's Mother's Day. And so the obvious connection is that when we commune with God, we're in a state of bliss, of love. And our mother's jobs, to the ones that gave us life, gave us the gift of life through an act of love, whether they raised us or not, but every person, every nurturer, male or female in your life, has been that person who has been your nurturer, who has been your showing you the way of love. So, and personal responsibility, once more, I remind ourselves, a skilled mind is unlikely to cause suffering or remorse. And here's, I love the Buddhists. The Buddhists use that term, skilled, rather than good or bad. Skilled, skillful or unskillful. So a skillful mind is unlikely to cause remorse or suffering. And I know that you are sitting here, and as Reverend Judy said in her beautiful prayer, that some of you are celebrating your mothers that have already passed or on the other side of the veil. Some of you didn't know mothers that raised you. Someone else raised you besides your biological mother. And I put this to you, that was such an act of love. It was such an act of love to be so generous and unselfish. And of course, I'm really thinking, several people asked me if I talked to my mom yet today. And, you know, I can't talk to my mom unless my sister is there with her cell phone, because my mom is no longer independent enough to hold a phone or Skype or any of the things that I was used to doing with my mom. But she's definitely in my heart, and she's definitely in my mind. And so many things come to mind about my mom. My favorite memories as a kid were being in the car, because many times when we were in the car, we were on our way to grandma's, and that was a really good thing. And the other thing, in the car, we sang. We sat around and sang all the way from one end to the other. And it was usually a few miles, maybe 30 miles, maybe 60 miles, depending on where our location was. My dad had a beautiful singing voice. My mom didn't, but she loved to sing. And so it was great. I took after my mom, but I've got the heart of my dad. Maybe. Maybe we'll not know that today. Um, we like to be together as a family. And I know many of you are in that same place where, oh, it was so good just to be connected and in whatever way. And if that wasn't your experience, and I know that there are people here that it wasn't your experience, so I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is, can you find something in that experience that can bring you joy today as you recall it? Can you think of something and put your attention there? Because what we know about is what you put your attention on expands. And so if there's one little glimmer of good that you can focus on, there'll be more good as you put your attention on that. So happy Mother's Day. And as I said earlier, to all of us, male and female, the women got beautiful flowers from the youth and beautiful roses from the youth church. So I want to talk about, these are quotes from the Science of Mind textbook on communion, because that's with communion with God. And Ernest Holmes says exactly this. He says, there's a vitality in our communion with the infinite, which is productive of the highest good. In other words, when do we have that? When do we have that communion with the infinite? In our prayer, in our meditation, in our visioning, in our quiet time, and any time we're feeling love, we're communing with the infinite. Any time when we're feeling love, we're communicating with and communing with the infinite. And when we're communing with the infinite, something happens within us that's good. Something expands within us. And I don't mean our waistlines, girls. I mean something expands in our hearts. Something opens. So he also said there should come to us a sense of communion, a spontaneous sense of an irresistible union. Irresistible union. But you need to get quiet first before that's going to happen. You need to be willing to sit. There's a beautiful song, Reverend Judy often plays it for Wednesday Wisdom, Suze Ogden, I want to be still and let God love me. Can you contemplate that? Just be still and let God love you right now. You don't have to go anywhere, do anything. It doesn't have to be weird. It just needs to be made welcome. Say yes to it. And then he said, from the infinite self-knowingness of God, our power to know arises because our mind springs from the universal mind. So there are this is probably one of the most famous mothers who wasn't a mother either, but called Mother Teresa, who won Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for her work with her story is that she was already a nun, but she got a call within the call. She was already doing the work as a nun, but something awakened within her, and she realized that her job, what she was called to do, was to minister to the poorest of the poor, to those that were on the outsides of society, to the lepers, to the untouchables. And she spent her whole life doing that. And she didn't see them as disease and horrendous. She saw them as blessed. She saw them as beautiful. This was the face of Jesus that she saw when she was looking at those lepers, when she was looking at those little babies that were dying of malnutrition and giving of her love. Well, there's something was attributed to her, and for many years I'd read it and tell you that it somehow came from her. It didn't. It came from a guy called Kent Keith, who wrote it when he was 19 years old in 1968, and they're called the paradoxical commandments. The paradoxical commandments. You will see, you'll know them when you see them. People are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway. He wrote it. She had it on her wall. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. Okay, so you could help me because my monitor isn't working. So if you are successful, you win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. Thank you. Well, I had to do it twice. If you're successful, you win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. Okay. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and frankness makes you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. Okay, you're doing good. The biggest men and women with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men and women with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. I had fun with that one. People favor underdogs but only follow top dogs. For a few underdogs anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build it anyway. People really need help but may attack you if you help them. Help them anyway. Help them anyway. Give the world the best that you can and you will be kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best that you can anyway. I know that some of these have been changed over the years, but these are the originals by Kent Keith. And so we take these ideas. This is about love. This is about love in expression, love in action. Those commandments, those paradoxical commandments to love, to succeed, to be the full you, no matter what. And those would be the things that loving, nurturing part of you wants for you. That divine mother within you already knows that you're skilled, that you're blessed, that you're prosperous, that everything that is in your heart is already there. It's already been given to you. Oh, I went one past. Well, that's interesting. Okay. It's very interesting. Life is interesting. Okay. So I'm going to share a couple of stories that I read recently with you. Some of them are funny, some are sweet and poignant. I'll start with a funny one. So maybe you'll laugh, maybe you won't laugh. But anyway, I found it funny. And so a mother took her sons out for a dinner at a fancy restaurant, and she ordered a bottle of wine, and the sommelier came over and he poured a little bit in the glass and gave it to her to taste, to smell and to taste. And the 6-year-old said, "Oh no, my mommy drinks way more wine than that." The mouths of babes. So, and this one I also really like. The Readers. These are from the Reader's Digest. The Reader's Digest was talking about moms and honoring our mothers. And a man was in a florist shop and he had just wired his mother flowers. He lived 200 miles away. And a little girl was there and she didn't have enough money to buy. She wanted one rose and it was going to cost $2. So he gave her the $2 so she could buy the rose for her mother. And then he offered a ride home to her. She wanted, she was going to the cemetery where she placed the rose on her mother's grave. And he called the florist and canceled the wire and drove to his mother's. Sometimes what we need is a little bit of a wake up like that. What's more important, and the greatest gift we can give anyone is our time. It's being with them so that we can love them. So for those of you who are blessed enough to have your mother still here with you, have you called your mother today? Yes, good. Some of you, yes. Some of you are with your mothers today, which is excellent. And maybe that'll be the first thing you'll do after service. And if there's something, if there's some issue that's separating you from being in full love and bliss with your mother, what a great day to look after that. What a great day to heal that hurt. What a great day to forgive what was and to let what is right now be. There's no greater day, folks. There is no greater day than right now to choose love. And isn't that communing with God? When you choose to love, when you choose to forgive, when you choose to celebrate, that's God in expression. That's God in action. Call it by any name you wish, but it is what is happening. Yesterday we had a speaker here that was doing a vision workshop for people. There was a small group of people, about a dozen of us. And she reminded me of how everything comes into being. And it is an act of love. And I'm not talking about sex right now. I'm talking about the act of creativity, the choosing to move in a direction of your dreams. If you were here for the meditation and followed it, you might have got a message from that higher self. You might have got a message saying, this is what is yours to do. This is my gift to you, or this is my request of you, or this is my instruction to you. And whatever it is, this is the day to do it. I know you have plans, but what could be more important than being in true communication with the source of being? What could be more important than coming from that place of love? Now, this one I don't need to look, because I know it's on page 298 and 299 of our textbook. It's my favorite quote. And whenever I'm talking about love, I need to talk about it, because what Ernest Holmes says is, for selfish reasons alone, you cannot afford to hold resentment or hate or any other thing against anyone. And then he tells us the reason why. The God of love cannot hear the prayer of the one who fails to love. Let me say it again. The God of love cannot hear the prayer of the one who fails to love. So you can have a crystal clear vision. You can have planted that seed in that fertile soil of mind. But if you have anything against anyone, you need to let it go. And if you don't know how, may I suggest, well, first of all, that presence within you knows how to do it. And if you really don't know how, if you can't get still enough to listen to that still voice, make an appointment with one of the practitioners and let them help you so that this can truly be a new day, a day of new beginnings, a day of healing, a day of wholeness. Let's glorify those beloved ones who brought forth our lives, who gave us the gift of life. Let's cherish them in our hearts and in our minds. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, Jimmy Dan is going to set up my prayer for me, and he's got a good song that we love.
Surely the presence of our God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the voice of Spirit sing. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of our God is in this place. Surely the presence of our God is all around. I can feel the love and harmony right now. I can hear the sound of angel wings. I see peacefulness abound. Surely the presence of our God is all around.
Indeed, surely the presence of God is right in this place, in the center of being of each one. And so what I know, I speak this word for the wholeness, the healing, the well-being of each one with great, great gratitude for all the mothers, present or not, who brought their children here today to be reminded of the love that is being poured on them, because this is the beloved one, this one that now might be 70 or 40 or 30 or 20 or 10 or 12 or whatever. This one is the beloved child of infinite love. This one that is sitting here in this room is God's expression of life, God's expression of love. So this is what I know. I know that this day is a glorious tribute to every mother, to every life giver, to every faith-filled person who knows that life is all, and life is filled with opportunities for collaboration and filled with opportunities to change your mind, to hear another point of view, to see things in a different way, filled with opportunities for healing and wholeness and greater good. What I know is that this day is God's day. And it nurtures that mother in every single one of us, male and female. And it honors all mothers, all nurturers. What I know is that this one that is right where I am, right where each one is the source of all, and is moving through each one, nudging, reminding, guiding, is that thing that knows our heart's desires and knows that each one of us needs to take action to receive that greater good. So what I know is just as Kathy's parrot brought parrots, that any action each one takes toward his or her dream, that Divine Mother sends all the blessings, all the desires of the heart are fulfilled right now by that thought, that idea, the feeling, and the action. I know for each one here that there's a great feeling of well-being, for the presence of that one is right here. And so with my heart filled with gratitude for my mother, all mothers, for the Divine Mother, and for this opportunity to begin again, begin anew, I simply say, thank you, God. And with my heart filled with gratitude, I simply place this word in the action of law. I accept that it's already done, and please join me in saying, and so it is. Thank you, Jimmy. And now, welcome to the platform, Michael Paul Smith.
In the morning of my life, I shall look to the sunrise. In a moment in my life, when the world is new, and the blessings I shall ask is that God will grant me. Was I brave and strong and true? And did I fill the world with love my whole life through? Did I fill the world with love? Did I fill the world with love? Did I fill the world with love my whole life through? In the evening of my life, I shall look to the sunset. At a moment in my life when the night is due, and the question I shall ask is that God will answer. Was I brave and strong and true? And did I fill the world with love my whole life through? Did I fill the world with love? Did I fill the world with love? And did I fill the world with love my whole life through?
Yay, Michael.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Michael Paul. If the stewards would please come forward, it's time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings, and grateful in advance and thanking you for choosing us to share with. Okay, and I like to put my gift in my hands and to feel the love that I've written the check with flow through it. I invite you to do the same, and then please repeat after me. Divine love in me blesses and consecrates all that I am, all that I have, all that I give. I give with love, and I love to give. And so it is.
One, two, three, four.
Time to bring in the kids.